Hmm. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and dive into this, I guess. Wanted to wait a couple days on this because, well, let's just say after the incident happened, I was less than happy. To be fair, though, if you're a Minnesota Wild fan, well, you pretty much know exactly what I'm going to be talking about here. But if you're not, I'll kind of fill in what happened. During the game against the Winnipeg Jets on Wednesday, Kirill Kaprizov gets literally flattened by Logan Stanley. Ooh, I was so pissed at that move. But again, not about to dive into that here, not about to rehash open wounds, because let's just say that might have been one of the most upset I have ever been. And to this point, it stinks. It stings and it sucks. Because I don't think I need to tell you, hockey fans, Wild fans, what Kirill Kaprizov means to this team. I mean, Kirill Kaprizov is one of the top players in the entire league. One of the best players in the entire league. One of the biggest game changers in the entire league. And, well, now he's going to be out for pretty much the rest of the regular season. About 3 to 4 weeks. Because of that move. And because of that just ineptitude stupidity. In my opinion. Like, Logan Stanley knew what he was doing. Look, it's one thing to check a guy. It's one thing to, finish your hits and stuff like that. Because, well, I've seen about 10 plays very similar to that prior. Just without literally tackling a guy to the ice until his knees and legs buckle underneath him. So, needless to say, April 11th could be a fun game. So, gotta be looking forward to that. But yeah, now on to the Minnesota Wild. Alrighty, boys. It's time. It is fucking time to see what our depth can do. It is time to see what this team is made of. Because guess what? Kirill ain't coming back for a while. Now, can this team actually play as a team? Can we have guys like Foligno step up? Can we have Walker coming back up from Iowa step up? Can we have Johansson step up? Can we have Sundqvist, Can we have Boldy, Zuccarello? I'm mainly looking at those guys. Boldy, Zuccarello, Moose, Eck. Those 4 guys especially are going to have to step it up again. Because, again, Kirill Kaprizov. Kirill Kaprizov. I mean, hell, he was the only reason we came back against Columbus a couple weeks ago. Because he had a hat trick that ended up winning the game in overtime. Granted, I will say, though, now that our structure is finally set, now that our team is playing the way the Wild should be playing. I mean, let's be honest here. We're not an up and down, open ice, bada bing, bada boom, speed team here. We're a team that, prides itself on shutdown defense. Make you make a mistake. Don't do anything stupid type of play. Play a very sound structure. The only thing that is a little annoying about that, though, is I wouldn't mind seeing us open it up just a little bit more. Actually try to see a little more offense going. But at the end of the day, it's working, and now we're right up there again. We're nipping at Dallas's heels at this point. Until last night, in which Dallas just absolutely destroyed Buffalo. Holy crap. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Dallas just beat the brakes off of Buffalo last night, 10-4. So yeah, like I say, I don't know what to expect with Dallas, because this is the same team that loses in overtime to guys like Vancouver, Arizona, Chicago even. It's like typically the bottom basement teams. And yet they go out here and just absolutely mop the floor with other. It's crazy to see. So Winnipeg, I mean, they're pretty much. I can't even say they're all but dead, because it's like no one else in the Central or in the West really. It's pretty much the teams that are in the playoffs at this point are probably the teams that are going to be in the playoffs once we hit the middle part of April. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. It's definitely going to be interesting to see here. But yeah, like I say, boys, now let's see what Guerin, the team that Guerin picked up and assembled, the coaching of Evason, let's see what they can do now. I mean, when you lose your superstar player, what do you do? Can you rely on your team? Can you keep the momentum going? Can you still play top-notch hockey without your number one player? Can you still get pucks in the back of the net? Can you still play your style of game? Granted, I will say, though, the schedule does get a little bit easier, because the next couple of games are in San Jose and in Arizona. But again, we can't even necessarily say that with Arizona anymore, because they're one of those teams that gets blown out by Columbus to then blow out Boston. It makes no sense. Arizona makes no sense. So, you can't rule them out at any point in any game, really. It's crazy to see. But yeah, our next two games are back-to-back in San Jose, who's, well, sorry, Nick. Yikes. You want to talk about yikes. And then, yeah, like I say, so we'll just wait and see at this point. That's all we can do. And again, boys, time to pick it up. Time to pick up your slack. Time to push forward. And time to do the damn thing like I know you guys can. Time to play up to your potential. Time to take the role over. Time to take yourselves up a notch. Yeah, it's going to suck. It's going to sting. But at the end of the day, that's why you make those trades. That's why you have the players you have. That's why you play the structure you play. Because at the end of the day, if one person goes down, it's got to be next man up. So, but yeah, that'll pretty much wrap this up. And, yeah, the Wild have a lot that they need to look themselves in the mirror over. Because the team is playing really well. I will say that. But, again, time to step it up. Time to do the damn thing. Time to show that you're not just the Kirill Kaprizovs. You're not the Minnesota Kirill Kaprizovs. You're the Minnesota Wild. So, cheers. And until we meet again, fellas, time to do the damn